I'd like to begin today. Today is a very special day, which I'll go into later, from Abraham, channeled by the wonderful Esther Hicks. Abraham said, without an understanding of the rules of the game of life, which we are in, you cannot have satisfactory experience of that game. And then Abraham goes on to explain the most important fundamental law of the universe, the law of attraction, which says like attracts like, or as Seth put it, what you focus on grows. So let's do some good focusing. Some focusing that will bring us empowerment, true empowerment, which of course means love and wisdom. So, Caroline Myss says that symbolic sight is a key to this game, to enjoying this game, to understanding the rules of this game. Symbolic sight. Seeing what things really represent, what they really mean, what they symbolize, because everything is a symbol of its deeper expression. I would like to go into what's called the sacred circuit. The sacred circuit. They've discovered that the center of the galaxy emits a frequency, a signal, and that this frequency that comes from the center of the galaxy actually entrains the frequency of our sun, the frequency that comes from our sun. And they've also discovered that the frequency that comes from our sun, sacred Helios, entrains our planet, sacred Gaia. Now, you could see there's a circuit, and the circuit continues. The frequency of the Earth has a frequency. It has a beat that resonates a number of beats per second. It's called the Schumann resonance frequency. How many beats per second? And that by the way, since the 80s has been going up very fast. And there's a lot of important to the absolute shock of the scientists. The scientists thought that it always stays the same. It had stayed the same for a long, long time, but then in the 80s, this Schumann frequency resonance, this beat per second of the Earth started getting much faster, and now it's going faster and faster, going up at a geometric progression, which is something very important that Greg Braden, the importance of this is discussed by Greg Braden in his land-breaking, absolutely vital teaching called Awakening to Zero Point. There's a book, and then there's video also, in which he discusses that, the huge importance of this. So anyway, returning to this Schumann resonant frequency of the Earth. The frequency of the Earth entrains our heartbeat, our heart. And our heart entrains our brain. And then the brain entrains all of the cells of the body. And this is the sacred circuit. Galaxy, sun, earth, heart, brain, cells of the body. So, if there's this very important, it's very important, sacred circuit, why aren't we in balance, in harmony, in entrainment with the universe all of the time? In this film of Greg Braden, he has us, after asking this question, he shows us the face of a man who's obviously in great distress. He's actually in great fear. And this man is not in entrainment, he's not in harmony with the universe. And you see, it's fear. Fear blocks the entrainment between the earth and the heart and then the rest of us. Fear, Course in Miracles says, really there are only two emotions, there's love and fear. And only, in the end, only love is real. It's the only real emotion. But for our discussion, love and fear. Fear takes us out of our alignment with all that is. And when we are out of balance, when we're worried, when we're angry, these are expressions of fear. In order to bring us back into this sacred alignment, harmony with the sacred circuit, we need to connect with codes of empowerment. Actually, the codes of empowerment are built into the earth. They are literally all around us. The most basic, the most powerful code, perhaps, are the four directions: the east, south, west, and north. This is the Native American teaching, and this is these codes which will keep us in balance with all that is and harmonized. We've forgotten these codes in the West. They mean they don't exist for as codes of empowerment. Is anything meaningful? They've long ceased to mean anything, really. Yet they are the most important codes. They are, for Native peoples all over the world, the basis of the basis. So let's go into that. I have two great teachers, two dear friends, named, they're a husband and wife. Her name is Jean White Eagle, his name is John Parison. Jean is half Cherokee. And John is actually, he was born a white man in this lifetime. As is Jean, she's half white and looks very white. John was born white in this time, as Scandinavian American, in this lifetime, but his soul essence, his many Gilgulim, very, very, very connected with the Native Americans. And they have come to them, the spirits of the elders and the ancestors have come to Jean and John and have initiated them, as have many living Native American masters, including the great Joseph Rael, who's written several books, including a book called Being in Vibration, which is a very, very important book. In any case, Jean and John are my friends and teachers, and they teach that there is a sacred vowel sound connected to each of the directions. The sound of the east is ah, or ah. Ah is connected with the light. According to Joseph Rael, their teacher and the author of this great book, the ah is represents the descending light principle. It's also called the life sound. And I is properly, seems to me, connected to the east. The sun rises in the east, giving life, the birth of a new day, new power to all of the living things of this world. It's born and rises in the east every day. And you know, when we see a beautiful sun, and the eye is connected to the heart chakra, the source of deepest wisdom in life. You know, when we look at a sunrise in the morning or sunset, but when we look at the sunrise in the morning and the beauty and the power of that, we naturally say ah. When we see beauty, we naturally say ah. All over the world, doesn't matter what culture, we say ah. Now that indicates that the sound ah is intimately connected also with our heart chakras, and also with the heart chakra of our solar system, which is the sun. So ah is the sound of the east, and it's connected to mental healing. It's the clarity. There's actually a different quality of energy in the east, south, west, and north, and you could learn to feel the different qualities of energy when you face east. The east, it's like there's a sharpness to it. The sharpness of the new morning, of the dawn. There's a crispness, a sharpness, a clarity. And that's the energy of the east. That rising sun. The power. The energy, okay, the sound of the east is ah. The sound of the south is eh. And eh is connected to emotional healing. Okay? Emotion. Not an accident, you have the eh. And the quality of energy in the south, it actually strengthens the physical. It's physically empowering. It's connected to physical healing. It's also connected to emotional healing. If you have a southern balcony, a southern exposure, then you could see the sun all year long, pretty much from the beginning of the day till the end of the day, because it's always in the southern half of the sky, or straight above, or towards the south. And that sun is pure power. That's why plants grow better if they have a southern exposure, if they're receiving sun all day long. The sun gives power. The sun is connected, the sound of the sun, eh. Physical healing, also emotional. The sound of the west. And you could feel that vitality. Just if you turn south any time of the day, you could feel the vitality of the sun, south energy, this physical vitality energy, just from turning south any time of the day or night. That's the quality of the energy in the south. The energy of the west, the sound of the west is E. Okay? And the E, the west, it's actually, whereas the south is really more about